The food and beverage industry specifically has a couple things in it that make it uniquely difficult to do innovation. Obviously, there is tradition. You learn about what you eat and how you eat from your family or your community. Secondly, there is caution, right? You're going to be very careful about what you choose to feed your family and yourself. And so those two things can oftentimes be the thing that makes it a little more difficult for the consumer to drive the innovation process.
You're talking about things that are based on consumers' behaviors. They're used to eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. They're used to eating what they're familiar with. To really create innovation, to grow, you have to create things that are different. And having consumers accept that difference is very difficult to do.
I think innovation is difficult. We have so many consumer preferences out there, and in a way the industry has innovated for many years, and so to keep building on that, I believe consumers have come to expect their food to be delicious, and they've touched on a lot of ethnicities, and so bringing that latest new excitement is always going to be a difficult challenge.
Manufacturers really have to understand where consumers' blind spots are. What are the needs that really need to be met in order to bring new and different innovation to the marketplace? So as a result, it makes it tough, because if I'm a Me Too product, it's really hard to break through. You really need something that's different. I mean, think back to the days when Chobani first hit the market with Greek yogurt or K-Cups. I mean, those were really disruptive innovations for that time. And so those are the types of innovations that really pique consumer curiosity, take them to a new place. So that's where I think marketers really need to be understanding from consumers where the white space is.
Especially sometimes with the bigger companies, there's so many more gyrations to go through, more approvals, more hands in the kitchen, and the politics make things run a lot more slowly. So they're much more risk adverse, and probably risk taking is the biggest thing that kind of holds innovation back.
There is just a lot of concern about risk. That would be the first factor. The second factor is, are people in place for a long enough time to both identify new innovative opportunities and then implement them and then see what the results are and apply those to future learnings?
When we're talking about innovation, we focus on the easy part, which is how do I change the color or the flavor of something. And really, to innovate in this industry, we're going to have to look at the entire end-to-end supply chain and system.
There's no technological jumps in the food industry. It's not like the computer industry where you have to be au courant, up to date. If you get the wrong chip in the food industry, you can always redo. Whereas in the computer industry, if you get the wrong chip, you're out of business.
Well, innovation is hard in food and beverage because partly it's a regulated industry, and it's hard to work within those constraints. But understanding consumer insights and what we do here at the Food Update is very important, because those people that do understand the proprietary path to the future, they're going to emerge as winners.